What's going on YouTube? Delta Kilo back with you, and I am in the hot garage. I have a cigar, which I'll get into in a minute, but first I want to do a little VR to Carrie. She had surgery this week, and I am glad the surgery went well, and she is on the mend. Her last video, she was talking about her Bible, which was, I guess, falling apart. The leather wasn't doing well on it, and I downloaded it and listened to it at work, so I didn't physically see the video. But I do want to make some recommendations for Carrie. Now, Carrie, this is only if you read the King James Version Bible, because the company that I'm going to reference only produces Bibles in the King James Version. If you read a different version of the Bible, there's lots of other premium Bibles available. But I do have two here that I like, and it'll give you an idea about some premium Bibles, even if you never purchase from this company. This company is interesting because they make a very high-quality Bible that will last you, indefinitely. It's Smythe sewn and can be rebound, and it is a ministry. They do not make a profit off the sale of any particular Bible unless you donate. Everything's sold at cost, and if there's a profit to be made, it's from donations. I have two here to show you, and they're both around $60. So not cheap, but we're talking about a premium Bible that should last you the rest of your life. So the company is Local Church Bible Publishers. There's also one that does something very similar called Church Bible Publishers. It used to be the same people. They had some kind of falling out. I would check them out as well. I have one of their small little pocket New Testaments that was pretty expensive. It's a leather-bound pocket New Testament, but it's what I wanted. But this is the little, man, that light. Let me see if I can get my big fat head to block that light. This is a little slimline calf leather, ironed calf skin leather, King James Version Bible that is just beautiful. So the gilding's beautiful. You get two ribbons, and like I said, these are certainly premium Bibles. It's not going to be a full review on these. Here's my other one from them. Whereas this is a Streamline, this is a big old honker, and what this is a note-taker's Bible. So this has very wide margins where you can use, I use a Japanese Micron pen that uses archival quality pigment instead of dye-based ink to take notes in here. Use this with a concordance, 1828 dictionary and Greek and Hebrew lexicon. You can get a lot of studying done. So I did want to show those. They are not cheap. They are considered premiums, and if that's something that interests you, I recommend them, and I hope you give them a chance if your current Bible is something that might be better to keep as a keepsake if it is falling apart. That being said, like I said, I didn't see it, but I got a couple things for you about your question as well, Carrie, before I get into my cigar. You had a question for the pastors, and it's really ironic that the subject was things that are said but are not necessarily in the Bible, right? That was the topic. And for instance, the word, and I'm not saying a word has to be in the Bible to use it, but the word pastor is used one time in the Bible in Jeremiah, and we use it quite commonly as a hierarchical and hierarchy-based structure in the current world of Christendom, right? So just throwing that out there, that pastor's not super well defined, and it wasn't a huge things done by the apostles to show us what we should be doing. And I'm not saying there's no place for pastors or anything like that. Don't attack me, guys. I'll be getting it from every side then. I'm just saying that the topic you brought up is something that interests me immensely, and I've done a lot of study in, and that is things that people say that might not be in the Bible. So I see a lot of things, the way churches are ran today, that might not follow a biblical format. So just throwing that out there. But the saying was that God helps those who help themselves. And at first, I see some biblical logic in it. God didn't build the ark. God instructed Noah, and Noah built the ark. So I kind of see what someone would be trying to say. But the problem is if you look at the Bible and examples of when God helped people, it's very rare, if any, that you find where God did something for someone where that person could have done it for themselves. You think of any of the miracles, any of the wonderful miraculous deeds done in the Bible, and it's really hard to find an instance where any of that was done where the individual could have just done it without God. So the opposite of that statement, God helps those who help themselves, is God helps those who cannot help themselves, seems to be true. Now, going with the first one, the saying, God helps those who help themselves, you can look at the parable of the talents and stuff, and I kind of get what someone's trying to say, but we have to be careful with the traditions of men. You remember what Jesus said about the Jews that taught the traditions of men as if they were the Word of God, right? The Jews were teaching the washing of cups and pots as if it was the Word of God, and they got reprimanded. So I don't think Jesus would be against the washing of culinary cookware. That's probably good practice, but teaching it as though it was thus saith the Lord, obviously that becomes problematic. So a little VR to Carrie. Hopefully she is on the mend and feeling better. So good to see her commenting and stuff on here today. And I've been wondering, and she's been in my thoughts and prayers. Anyway, onto the stick. We have an EP Carrillo. Carrillo? Spanish is not my first language. I struggle with it. But we have the Pledge Prequel 5x50. This is a beautiful, dark, oily wrapper. It is a Connecticut Habano wrapper, Ecuadorian binder, Nicaraguan filler, and that's all the information Half Wheel had on it. If that's all the information that Half Wheel has on it, that's probably the bulk of the information available to the public, because they do a fantastic job. But, just getting into this, and I've had the Pledge. This Prequel is new to me. But so far, so good. It's a super tasty stick. It's supposed to be a flavor bomb, so my kids are in there singing while they play VR. You'll have to excuse them. They're having a good time, though. That's not wanting to catch, and I only have my soft flame with me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to knock that little bit of ash off. And, yeah, you can see there. See how the filler's a little bit below the wrapper binder there. And that's because I was talking and I let it almost go out and then tried to keep it going. Not indicative of the quality of the cigar, guys. Certainly user error, because I was running my chops again. So, certainly flavorful. Notes of leather, cocoa, earthiness, maybe a little dried fruit, but quite pleasant. Look at that daggone smoke output. That's what I'm talking about. Anyway, guys, just wanted to touch base with everybody. I'm having a quick cigar. Just ate supper before I hop in the shower. So I got a smaller one. It says it's a 5x50, but because it's a soft box press, it certainly appears a little bit smaller than a 5x50. Anyway, everyone, thank you for stopping by. I hope you're smoking something great. Let me know down below what you're smoking. And have a wonderful day. Until next time, we will catch you again.